Let's move on to the Warriors. Let's move on to the Warriors defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder, 141 to 139. Steph Curry getting a late game layup. Almost called goaltending from Draymond Green touching the rim, but I can't remember. I believe it was Josh Giddey grabbed the net, and that upheld the game winner for Steph Curry. And the one thing I wanted to talk about on the Warriors side is just the balance they seem to have in terms of scoring. And Chris Paul fitting this secondary role, as you see at the bottom of the screen there. Steph Curry had 30 points. Chris Paul had 1 point and 13 assists. Kuminga and Dario Saric combined for 39. And that's the glaring point to me, those last guys there. Of course, Klay Thompson scored in double figures, I believe. Draymond Green had 15 as well. But Jonathan Kuminga and Dario Saric, for the Golden State Warriors, that is a plus. And I said that with the Golden State, the Warriors, that Chris Paul's job was to get Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and these secondary players a little bit more acclimated, a little bit more comfortable to scoring and getting them easier shots, getting them in their spots to score and get easier baskets. Not make everything so much difficult. And I think that's what game embodies that for Chris Paul, right? Like, he's getting those other guys involved, obviously a couple starters as well, but getting Jonathan Kuminga easier shots, getting Dario Saric easier shots. I feel like that is his job this season, to bring those young guys, build that confidence for them. So if they do get called to play with the starters, that they're more comfortable in those lineups, more acclimated to Chris Paul, the starting lineup, being in certain roles. And I feel like that's good for the Golden State Warriors moving forward. I believe they're 4-1 now. Moving on to Oklahoma City side of things, where Steve Kerr said about this team is that they're on their way. They're coming up. Obviously, last season, I think people were looking at them. I thought they were going to make the playoffs. But now the target's on the back. People know who the Oklahoma City Thunder are and look no more further than this game. Even without SGA, the ability to battle the Warriors was impressive. Lou Dort came out guns blazing, 29 points. Josh Giddey with 18 points. Jalen Williams with the L. He had a good interview with JJ Redick. Check that out. But he had 18 and 8. And Chet Holmgren on 9 shots had 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. And where we talk about Wemby, we got to talk about Chet Holmgren as well, because he's playing well alongside this young core of this Oklahoma City group. And I believe he's averaging 17 and 7 on the season with a couple blocks per game. So he's kind of replicating what Wemby is doing, just not getting that buzz. But I think people need to acknowledge him as well, because he's playing really well for the Thunder team. And for Oklahoma City to continue these building blocks, continue this progress, getting in these type of games, you think they would come out on the other side, if they had SGA. But putting all this together with this young core, great coach so far there. Yeah, great coach there with Mike Gunk. I can't remember his name. I always mess up his name. But yeah, the OKC coach there, he's doing great things there, especially getting this young core confident, putting them in the right spots. And they're always there in these games. And it's just like, it's only a matter of time before these guys continue to mature, and that puts them over the top. Let's get into